What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, today's the day. I'm gonna go across the street. I'm at the Italian cemetery here in Colma, California, and I'm gonna go across the street to Fontana Company, monument builders, and we're going to be able to be taken through their workshop and kind of see how things are done over there. What's going on, everybody? I am here with Stephanie, and she is going to show us around the little workshop here. What is your day-to-day here? What do you do, or?
My day-to-day?
Yeah.
I am typically in the office. I run the day-to-day, the sales, talking to people, emails, processing orders, do a little bit of everything, some design work, but this is where all the work actually gets done.
Okay. And you've got another office location, right?
Yes, on El Camino, about 5 blocks away. That's where all the orders come through, the people come visit us, and here's where all the manufacturing takes place.
And you have been in business over 100 years?
Yes, we're on our 102nd year.
And this is just family run?
Yep, I'm 4th generation.
Wow, and it's never changed? Yeah, that's kind of rare in business when it hasn't changed hands.
Very rare, yes.
Been open that long.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can show us around and whatever you think we need to know.
I'll show you. So we have one of the last self-contained manufacturing plants in the West Coast. We have the capability to lift, this is a 15-ton capable crane. So we're able to move large slabs of granite, rock, and maneuver it however we need. So we have our crane. Right here is our contour diamond wire saw. With this saw, we can make cuts up to 10 inches deep. Our diamond gantry saw can do cuts up to 4 feet deep, which is kind of rare. So we have a lot of capability to fabricate our own stones. Right here is a top end polisher and our surface lane polisher for polishing stones or servicing stones, repair work. So we do a little bit of everything. We make stones, we repair, add to existing, a little bit of everything.
Wow. Nice shop here. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of questions about the engraving.
Okay.
Like how that's done,
So there's 2 types of engraving, either engraving done on existing stones or engraving on new stones. So when we get an order up here, if it's an engraving on an existing stone, I'll take you over here. It goes into a pile, and we'll go take a rubbing of it. So we match the exact format, layout to duplicate the second name and dates. And then our layout guy, Phil, will cut the stencil and we'll place it onto the stone and do engraving on site. We have a little gator that goes right out to the grave. Or if we're doing engraving on a new stone, this is our sandblast booth.
So it's a stencil that's placed over and then the sandblasting.
Yes, I'll show you some of the stencil that's about to be pulled. So it's our booth, just high pressure sandblasting.
Wow.
And so yes, we cut the stencil, which has it's like a pre-cut design and lettering. So all these little blue stencils are ready to be pulled.
Okay.
We put them down, we pull them out by hand, and then they're engraved. And these are some just recently completed engraved stones.
And this blue right here is the stencil right here?
Yes,
this
blue, and you can see this one's still in the process. So we'll just pull out, they're a little bit pre-cut.
Okay.
And this withstands the sandblasting, so it just goes right to where the lettering and design is pulled out.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then we apply, depending on the color of the stone and people's preference, a white, sometimes you see a little bit lighter for contrast, but you usually just see grays, whites, and blacks.
Okay. So, in your estimation, in the 100+ years you guys have been in business, how many stones do you think you've done?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even guess.
Probably hundreds of thousands,
yeah,
probably. Yeah.
Because we have families that come directly to us.
Yeah.
But then we also have wholesale work with the cemeteries.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have had several accounts throughout the years. They'll change every so often, but I couldn't even tell you.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
a lot.
A lot.
A lot. Probably safe to say, probably most of the cemeteries in Colma here, right?
Yes, we've done so much work through all these cemeteries in Colma, outside of Colma. We've done most of the signs for the cemeteries in Colma, because we also do a lot of commercial work as well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. After you're done with the stencils, what do you do with them? You just discard them, get rid of them?
Yep, they go in a pile and just get tossed. And so it's actually this one of the top suppliers of stencil actually shut down all business. So there was a huge stencil shortage about 2 years ago. And trying to find a good stencil was really hard. And so we just, not too long ago, found this stencil, which actually is better than what we were using prior. Before you'd have to put glue down, and then the stencil was kind of a lot of process. Now this stencil sticks directly to the stone, and it's great.
So 100 years ago, was this more or less just artist freehand?
Yes.
It was
yes.
Chisels and...
I'll show you some old tools. So that's my great-grandfather, and he was a craftsman just by the name of it. They did everything by hand. They chiseled the stones by hand. When they would do stencil, instead of it being cut by a computer, they cut each letter out by hand.
Wow.
So there's a lot of the old tools. There used to be a lot of old chisels. We would sharpen the chisels and knives.
Wow,
this is just original stuff here.
This is stuff that's not even in use anymore.
Yeah,
huh?
well, we still use this to sharpen our stencil knives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that takes some talent, right?
Absolutely, it's an art, and this isn't operational anymore. But this was our old compressor. We have a new one now, but you can see how it's just kind of historic how old it is. We just kind of left it alone.
Antiques.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, that is awesome. Wow. So that's a question I get a lot is, years ago, was this really just, people's freehand? And it was.
It was. So it took a lot longer for a stone to be done. But it was absolutely, watch your step, there's some water, but I'm sure there's some photos you can see. The guys would just sit there on a stone and cut out each letter by hand. And so a lot of stuff can't be duplicated. My grandfather actually created his own style of lettering, so only we have it because we created it, because he just truly did it by hand.
Oh, wow.
And you'll see that with some of the other companies as well. Everyone kind of had their own artistic touch.
Yeah.
So I'll show you where they do the layouts now. So our guy Phil, he sits at that computer and does every single layout. I know there's like really that Norman Rockwell art. That's truly kind of how it was. Just sitting over a stone, doing it by hand.
Yeah. Wow. And this is just photos over the years, huh?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. This is truly awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So we do like I said, we do commercial work, memorials, but we also do a lot of work with like boulders and rocks, because we're able to cut them all the way through. Like we've done, Fernwood Cemetery has like a natural section, so we've done a lot of rocks for them. City memorials where they don't want it to look too much like a memorial, so they'll do boulders.
And you do restoration work too.
Yes, we do a lot of restoration work.
That's just damaged stones, maybe just weather beaten or...
Weather beaten, whether it be machinery from the cemetery, we have the capability to kind of fix and make it look right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys did that St. John Cemetery, that little mausoleum that has no name on the outside of it. That was always a mystery to me, and then when you guys finally were in there, you put it on Instagram and you're showing the inside of it, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. Sometimes I even kind of surprised me because I don't know everything we've done, but my dad and I will drive through cemeteries like, oh, we made that. Oh, I helped put up that vault, that mausoleum, and it's cool because it's you don't see it as much nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. What is have you done any stones for any famous people?
Most recent one is Willie McCovey.
Okay.
We've done Seabiscuit, famous horse. We didn't fabricate the stone, but we did the artwork for Lefty O'Doul.
Okay, that's a cool stone.
Yeah. Let's see. Steve Silver.
Okay.
Danielle Steele's family memorial. I'm trying to think. Off the top of my head, those are the ones I can think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your guys' fingerprints are in a lot of areas in Colma. That's awesome. Very cool. Oh wow! And then you guys do shipping and.
We don't do any shipping. Everything it's changed over the years. Kind of depends on the volume of work. Everything we focus on now is truly in Colma Sometimes we'll go out of area. We've done shipping in the past, but it's kind of a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy and bulky, and
It runs risk for damage, so.
so it's more or less just like local.
Yeah.
Right on.
But like we just finished a job for a guy in Reno, and he'll come pick it up. So some people do have us do it, and then they just coordinate when they can come out.
And then you guys set the stones for people too. You
Yes.
put you install them and everything.
Yes.
I didn't know if that was cemetery workers or that was.
Depends. So, like for the Italian cemetery, we install all those stones that we do. Holy Cross, we install all the uprights, but they do all the markers. So each cemetery has different protocol.
Okay. Right on.
Yeah.
So is that pretty much the shop and the operation here?
It is. So when it's a busy day, we'll have Eric who does all the cutting work. It'll be either Raul, Simi, or my sister Teresa doing stencil and engraving work, either in or out of the cemetery. Phil doing all the layouts. So when it's a busy day, there's a lot of movement in here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's probably why you said come on a day when it's not. There's nothing happening here.
Not too loud and
not a lot of moving parts.
around.
And that was it. Thank you to everybody down there at V Fontana, especially my buddy Stephanie, my Instagram buddy Stephanie, for taking the time out to show us around the workshop, pull back the curtain a little bit, give us some insight on how some of this stuff is done. I had a great time. She was very informative and really, really knew her stuff. Now, guys, if you need a monument done, I'm going to put the company's info at the end of this video. Call down there and talk to Stephanie. And I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.